Good Monday, everyone, and welcome to this edition of Conversations Daily News. I'm your host, Cyrus Webb. Glad you all could join us once again. Well, it's a brand new day. It's a brand new week, a brand new opportunity for you guys to do something amazing. We, of course, have your news headlines coming up today. We have the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and today in an entertainment spotlight, you're being part of my conversation with Dr. Eva Beaulieu. She's going to share some valuable information for you guys when it comes to combating COVID-19 and the cold and flu season. Enjoy today's broadcast. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with your Monday headlines. In national news, the Mississippi State Department of Health reported 1,500 new COVID-19 cases and 19 additional deaths on Sunday. There have now been 179,447 COVID-19 cases in Mississippi and 4,199 coronavirus-related deaths in the state since March the 11th. The ICUs at Mississippi's hospitals are full, which is leading state health leaders to issue new restrictions. Beginning Tuesday, elective surgeries that require hospitalization must be delayed statewide, said State Health Officer Dr. Thomas Dobbs in a tweet on Friday. Dobbs said 9.8% of COVID-19 cases end up in the hospital. On last Thursday, there were 172 new COVID-19 hospital admissions and 1,100 current COVID-19 confirmed cases in the state, both of which set new records. More than 14.7 million Americans have been infected, and at least 290,000 have died, according to Johns Hopkins University. In a related story, COVID-19 vaccine shipments began an historic U.S. effort. The first shipment of a COVID-19 vaccine for widespread use in the United States headed Sunday from Michigan to distribution centers around the country, with the first shots expected to be given in the coming week to healthcare workers and at nursing homes. Shipments of the Pfizer vaccine will set in motion the biggest vaccination effort in American history at a critical juncture of the pandemic that has killed 1.6 million people in the world and sickened over 71 million. Initially, about 3 million doses were expected to be sent out, and the priority is healthcare workers and nursing home residents as infections, hospitalizations, and deaths soar in the United States. With numbers likely to get worse over the holidays, the vaccine is offering a bright spot in the fight against the pandemic that's killed nearly 300,000 Americans. Federal officials say the first shipments of the Pfizer vaccine will be staggered, arriving in 145 distribution centers today, with an additional 425 sites getting shipments Tuesday and the remaining 66 on Wednesday. The vaccine is being doled out based on each state's adult population. It's heading to hospitals and other sites that can store it at extremely low temperatures, about 94 degrees below zero. Pfizer is using containers with dry ice and GPS-enabled sensors to ensure each shipment stays colder than the weather in the Antarctica. Doses should be delivered in all vaccination sites identified by states, such as local pharmacies, within 3 weeks, federal officials said on Sunday. In more national news, the Associated Press explains what's in store when the Electoral College meets today. Voters cast their ballots for president more than a month ago, but the votes that officially matter will be cast today. That's when the Electoral College meets. The Constitution gives the electors the power to choose the president, and when all the votes are counted today, President-elect Joe Biden is expected to have 306 electoral votes, more than 270 needed to elect a president, to 232 votes for President Donald Trump. The spotlight on the process is even greater this year because Trump has refused to concede the election and continue to make baseless allegations of fraud. That makes the meeting of the Electoral College another solid, undeniable step toward Inauguration Day on January the 20th, when Biden will be sworn in as president. In international news, Holocaust survivors honored with online event amid pandemic. An annual event bringing together Holocaust survivors from around the world to mask the beginning of Hanukkah was held online for the first time Sunday due to the coronavirus pandemic. The event, organized by the Jewish Claims Conference, also paid tribute to those killed by the Nazis and raised awareness of anti-Semitism. And finally, in entertainment news, the Associated Press honors Charley Pride. Charley Pride wasn't country music's first black artist, but he reached heights that had not been available to early black singers and musicians in the genre. And he did it by winning over millions of country music fans. While Pride's career path was paved by artists like Opry pioneer DeFord Bailey, the Grammy winner's success put him on par with his white peers, including Willie Nelson, Glenn Campbell, and Merle Haggard, in a way that had never been afforded to black artists before. Pride, whose hits include Kiss an Angel Good Morning and Is Anybody Going to San Antone, died Saturday in Dallas of complications from the coronavirus, according to his publicist. He was 86 years old. He was the first black artist to win the genre's highest prize, CMA Artist Entertainer of the Year, in 1971. He received a Lifetime Achievement Award from the Recording Academy in 2017. Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. It's now time for the Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Mary Ellen with your Truth of the Day. Allow yourself the freedom to change your mind. Always allow yourself the freedom to change your mind. You must respect the rights of others who may be affected by your decision. When your needs are at odds with another's, you may need to address a compromise. Conflict resolution is important in any relationship and is not hindered by indecision. Think carefully about what you wish to achieve in the long run. Is your decision or compromise in accordance with your ultimate goal? When you feel good in your knowings about the choice you have made, you know it is the correct choice, compromise, decision, or etc. Today, allow yourself the freedom to change your mind. And remember, enjoy your day.
Dr. Eva Beaulieu is my guest during today's Entertainment Spotlight, right here on Conversations Daily News. For Conversations Daily News, I'm Cyrus Webb with the Entertainment Spotlight. Dr. Eva Beaulieu joined me recently on Conversations Live, the radio show, to share some valuable tips on how we can help to slow the spread of COVID-19 and make the cold and flu season a little bit better for us. Here's part of our conversation. What are some ways that we could help to kind of stop the spread of COVID-19?
So I tell everyone to wear a mask and continue to social distance and wash your hands as much as possible, especially while eating, using high-touch surfaces, or if you're caring for someone who is sick. I do recommend using an EPA-approved disinfectant to disinfect high-touch surfaces around the home, particularly if you're coming in and out of the house or if you have a household member who is an essential worker that has to leave the house daily. You can use Pine Sol Original Multi-Surface Cleaner or Clorox Disinfecting Bleach, which are both 99.9% effective against killing germs and have both been EPA approved, and they also clear the COVID-19 virus on hard, non-porous surfaces.
Wow. Let's talk about that a little bit more, and I appreciate you mentioning that with Pine Sol and Clorox bleach because, you know, I remember when the coronavirus was really starting to really spread here in the States, one of the things that they mentioned was things that we could do when we're going to the grocery store, you know, where we're putting our bags, that kind of thing. Is there a particular area, Dr. Beaulieu, that you're noticing that we definitely make sure that we're taking time to disinfect when it comes to using products like Pine Sol and Clorox?
So I recommend people disinfect high-touch surfaces around the home, such as doorknobs, handles, light switches, by using an EPA-approved disinfectant. So make sure you read the label to see if it is EPA registered. The Pine Sol Original Multi-Surface Cleaner is a great agent to use. When you use it at its full strength to disinfect hard, non-porous surfaces, you can apply it to a clean sponge or a cloth. You wet the surface and let it stand for about 10 minutes, and then you can wipe it clean or rinse it with fresh water. You can also do the same thing with Clorox Disinfecting Bleach, which a lot of us already have at home under the sink.
Cyrus Webb, Conversations Daily News. We thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Conversations Daily News. We'll be back with you guys on tomorrow with more news, Truth of the Day with Mary Ellen Ciganovich, and of course your Entertainment Spotlight. Until then, I'm your host, Cyrus Webb, saying as always, enjoy your day, enjoy your life, enjoy your world. Thank you all for choosing Conversations Daily News today. Let's make today amazing.